Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is The Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Pro Cycling Manager 2018, Career Mode, Episode 65. It's 1st of January in 2021, so we have reached the new season, and for the first time, we have a new sponsor, Nabob. Not a sponsor I'm familiar with, but we have a snail on our jersey with a white and green jersey. So let's go straight into it, because this was the big ask of the season. Switching to the new sponsor, I was only getting $1,000 a month more than I would have staying with Nike, but Nike's earning potential is so low. Is it improved by switching to Nabob? The max estimation is much higher, from 90 to 100,000 up to 140 to 160. That's a good sign. Here's the big moment though. What are we going to get in terms of increase decrease? So if we do poorly, we drop by 10. If we do well, we increase by 9,000 or 19,000. Now that is a big jump from that 6 up or down for each step of evaluation. It's still not a big budget. That is still a mediocre budget. But maybe, just maybe, with an extra 19,000, we could just about get there. I would think what we're probably looking at though is taking the extra 19,000 this season to get to 98, getting a little bit better, a little bit stronger, getting one big name added to the team, and probably one more season in order to hit World Tour. And I'm not sure that this playthrough is going to go on that long. I mean, this is Pro Cycling Manager 2018. It's not 2019. It's not the new edition. And I've already got 3 series going on 2019. I have a feeling what's likely to happen is I will get to the end of this season, I'm assuming at this point, and I'll probably wrap up the series. And actually, what would go in its place is Pro Cycling Manager 2019 Career Mode, but using a different database. And that database would be the Women's Tour. I would love to do a series on that. Let me know in the comments below if you'd be okay with that. We still have a whole season to go ahead of us, and things could change. Things could definitely change, especially come August if we're signing some names and, maybe, just maybe, we find a way to squeeze into the World Tour next season. But I'm not sure if I want to go through 2 whole additional seasons in Pro Continental before seeing World Tour on the now outdated 2018 game. But yeah, leave a comment below. A top 5 at the World Championship time trial is the main goal for the team this year. Holy cow, that's going to be a tough ask. They want a top 5 at Omloop Het Nieuwsblad, Ishbo in Frankfurt, Tour of Oman, a stage win at the Engine Tour of California. Those are not going to be easy. Squad eval not looking too good at the moment either. Top 3 at Paris Tour. Look at a few other big ones. Top 5 potential Ride London. Look at that. 4 of those are all World Tour ones. So did they get us into those races? Sure hope they did. Oostenrijkse Rundvaart, a top 3. The last 2-star one before you get down to the 1.5 stars and below. The Trofeo Campos Pereiros Phalanix C. Salinas. A lot of top 5s, top 3s. The bottom ones, some wins, some top 5s. It's not going to be easy. And the only thing showing up here on the squad eval is for our most popular writer. There's nothing showing up for Canadian writers. There's nothing showing up for American writers. Holy cow. Okay. Well, yeah. Interesting that happened, and that's hurting our evaluation at the moment. Finances are very healthy. We have over $500,000. For the team, we've got our 2 riders, both at 75, both young. And let's see, what is their potential? Osorio already signed up for next season. Good potential, 4 to 7. Conchi, his contract is expiring this year, so we're going to have to get him re-signed. And his potential is not that great, 2 to 5 range. And I suppose let's go ahead and look through the rest of the team. But Marini, Vervecchi, Swerble, Wachtendorf with the expiring contracts this season. That's not a lot in terms of names. And if we do have the extra 19,000, if we do get up to that high level, which I think we'll be able to do just based on results from last season, I think we should be able to at least match, if not better, our results from last season. And with an improving team, it would seem natural that we'll get more and more results. One thing I do have is I do have more domestiques this season, but there is some potential in there, and let's just continue going through these guys and see what we're going to have. Lucas Hamilton, we don't know yet. Marini, potential is a 6. Flat out. That is a really good potential, actually. So Marini, I have every intention of keeping him on the team. But at 27, how much more will he improve? Why did you send me to this screen? I didn't want that screen. I'm not sure I was even on at that point. Veldeman, 3 to 6. Vervecchi, really good, 5 to 7. Wachtendorf, just a 3 to 5. 6 to 8. Wow. He's going to be really good. Case Bowl, 4 to 6. 2 to 5 for Conchi. Cohen, we don't know. DeVos, we don't know. Let's check these guys out. Fuentes Yorda is going to be a 5. Okay. Gouillard still in the 5 to 8 range. Up to a 72 already. And he started with us. Gosh, what did he start as? Like a 62? Has Osorio got no more potential? Is that why it's... we've already got a scout assigned. That's why it's not showing up. Staples, thank you. Let's get you. Swerble, 4. That's not great. He's not going to improve too much. Alright, so it is preseason. Now, I'm going to take a lesson from the 2019 game and try to apply it this season. And we're going to see if it works. And if it does work, well, shoot, we're going to be even better than we were a year ago. Because I'll be able to maintain a high level of fitness all season long. I'll be able to avoid fatigue all season long. And I didn't quite know how to do that this last season. In the previous season, so we're going to set everybody to very high. And then we're going to go into objectives. Ooh, that is a lot of big names onto the team this year. Except for Cohen and Staples. How are those guys leaders? Well, it's not letting me choose that way. I could choose this way. Now, this doesn't actually matter as much this year. It really doesn't. The objectives in the 2019 game and in the pro cyclist mode especially, actually really every mode, it does matter. In here you can roll through fitness peak to fitness peak and it doesn't matter what the objectives actually are. So I'm not going to mess with that. And so let's go ahead and go to the calendar. We're going to try to get into every World Tour race that we're not already in. And yes, we do have some invites already. That's going to be good for us this season. I'm even going to go ahead and sign up for the Grand Tours. We'll try. Our profile has risen from last season, but not a lot. I mean, we were still looking down at about the halfway point on the list. So, expected is that we are not going to get very many of these invites to go through. But we might get more than last year. Okay, well that's it through the end of the year. That does triple up in a couple places, and so we would have to adjust accordingly. But let's go ahead and push forward our first day, and we'll see. Ooh, okay, we got some things going on here. Let's see. Division 2021, Continental Pro. New colors, new sponsorships now in place with Nabob. Team name and jersey are now up to date. As agreed, from the next payment, you will receive $79,000 per month, which is still better than last season by $13,000. This year it can go up by 19. That's good. Let's see. What a great season with 3 of its riders in the top 10 of the individual rankings, including Wim Veldman, who finished on the podium. So that was 3 racers in the top 10 from last season. Winner of the Cyanide Trophy, Nairo Quintana won the Cyanide Trophy. He came first ahead of Geraint Thomas and Tom Dumoulin. Yes, that's exactly what we did. Preparation of calendar. Okay, Nicholas Marini, that's Volgraph, who can't work with him. Let's check that out here. Training, yeah, half star. Even though you guys have been training together for 26 months. Now his style is the same as Volgraph, I think, but it's just that you guys don't mix. So we'll give you to the new guy. Research and development. Chance for 2. We'll see. Let's see. I've been chosen for the research and development. For both. Nice. Well, let's go into the equipment page and figure out what to choose. These are the wheels. And let's see. What's not good? We have... Well, there's a good aero wheel. There's a good comfort wheel. What we don't have is a good lightness. We don't have a good climbing wheel. And this is the obvious one. That is, well, it's excellent and excellent. It's just the lightness isn't great. This one has the comfort. Well, and we're not going to be on cobbles too much anyway. So do we want this? Minor changes like improving the reliability and feeling? Or go for the one from a couple seasons back with, will minor changes get us another half star and get us to 4? On the frame side, we've got a good arrow for time trial, but we do not have an arrow at all for sprint stages. Very good in average. Interesting. Let's go with... Oh, we can't do major. Okay, already accepted. These are the other ones. Delivery of equipment. Preseason all taken care of. Check all of that off. Now we can move forward to January 2nd. Okay, reply by race organizers. Did not get into these 5. But we did get into 1. So that's a start. The rest are all coming up later in the season on whether we're going to get into those or not. So it's going to be harder to adjust the calendar later on. But let's see here. Fitness monitoring. Objective. Clear that out. And we will get into the planner here briefly. And then we'll get you forward into our first race of the season. We've got some national championships down under. I don't think I have any Australian riders or New Zealand riders, do I? One Colombian, some Americans, some Canadian. Oh, we do. Lucas Hamilton. Okay. Hamilton, how are you? You're not that bad in time trial or anything. So Lucas Hamilton will be first up. And then we will definitely put Lucas Hamilton into People's Choice Classic. That's going to be sprints otherwise. And that's not his area. I might take all my sprinters for this first one. Case Bowl definitely. And Ginnikin should be, yes. Wachtendorf is now over 70. He's moved up a little bit. I think we got a little bit of progression there through the off-season. And that's already 7 riders, so we're all set for that first race of the year. That next one is mostly sprint with 1 hill, so I'll take a couple guys for that and cut back on the sprinters a little bit. But we'll set those up. I will target the objectives first and foremost, and then the big difference is I'm going to target our training to make sure there's no fatigue. Stays under 50 points. But then we're going to try to build fitness that is sustainable throughout the season. Well, that's the target. We're going to try to keep that constant fitness up this season. Focus on that. Get that set, but I need to build my calendar at least through these first couple months. And then it's going to be tricky because there's going to be a lot of things on the calendar that we are not scheduled for that we want to get into, so I will have to micromanage, go a bit at a time. But let's go ahead and push forward. I think I'll bypass Lucas Hamilton's efforts at the National Championships, and we'll go straight to the People's Choice Class. 20K to go in this, and it is the National Championships for Australia. We've already done the time trial. Didn't worry about showing that. Lucas Hamilton, the only racer competing in that, and he's not quite strong enough to be terribly effective at it. And so I think I took 23rd. But this is the road race. And I'm down to 35 riders. We're at the top of the climb. We're about to descend, and then we have one more time over the top. And Hamilton's still right here in it. So you can see there's just a tiny little climb at the end, but for the most part, it's right now, here in just a moment, and it's just 23 riders. So he's already looking at a similar position to what he got last time as we're going to be going uphill. I've got to watch out for attacks, and those appear to be kind of coming now, so we're going to ourselves make sure we're in a good position and not get dropped here. Actually put some others under pressure a little bit. 26 riders to contest. Sprint it out. Standards. There's McCarthy. Definitely a few big names. And we're down to 4K. Let's go ahead and use our gel. We're going to recover a little bit on this descent. And then it's a little uphill finish. 30 riders to contest it out, and most of them are not sprinters. If not all. I don't think Matthews is here.
Matthews is off.
Oh, Matthews is here. Well, you know who's going to win this thing. There's Matthews right there, riding for AG2R. I should be top 10, but holy cow, we are wide. Oh, it's not Matthews. He ran out of energy. Jay McCarthy overtakes him. He was out of energy. Ben O'Connor is going to take 3rd. Where the heck am I in that mess? I do squeeze into the top 10 with a 9th place. That is so tightly contested. I mean, there was a good 10 riders side by side within one bike length of each other, but all behind the one bike length of Jay McCarthy and Michael Matthews off the front. If Matthews had just that little bit more energy left, he would have won easily. When it came time for the sprint, he left everyone in the dust, but the additional uphill, plus all of the uphills along the way, was just enough to do Michael Matthews in. He's a pretty decent climber, but he's certainly not a punchy climber. He's just better on hills than other sprinters. So that's not yet my first team race of the season, and just some national championships, but we will move on. We stay here in Australia. it's Cadel Evans road race time, but the race itself is World Tour teams only. The Classic, the first day of that event, is what we'll be joining into. You can see Matthews just kind of fading there. And McCarthy steals it over the line. Matthews was on his own like I was, with no teammate support around. People's Choice Classic is the title for that one. It's 1 week away. Entering this season, here's a quick glance at the teams for the year. World Tour are still the World Tour teams that were at the start of last year. No changes there. So BMC, still BMC, not CCC. Team Sky, still Sky, not Ineos. A couple other minor changes within the sponsorship of other teams, but you can see that no changes as of right now. The teams are all the same. Continental Pro, Aqua Blue, Bardiani, there's Caja Rural, Canyon Iceberg. There is CCC, which of course combined with BMC. Cofidis, EPM, Uskadai, Direct Energy, Israel Cycling Academy. There we are, Nabob. Rally, Roompot, UnoX, and Vital Concept, Monty Group, Gobert. So, not too many changes, though definitely some. And we're not going to look through the Continental teams other than just a quick scan. Surprised to see Huggins Berman. That is a lot of teams. That's a cool looking jersey. Alright, so we're going to bring Lucas Hamilton, who we just saw, and then a few familiar faces as we head into our first actual team race of the year. It's just a 50-kilometer, essentially a sprint, here in Adelaide for the People's Choice Classic, and this is full of World Tour teams on this one, so it's going to be a lot of big names. Not quite what follows.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. Today's terrain is fairly level.
At the Cadel Evans race, which is a World Tour race official, but a lot of the same riders are here for this one. Looks like Case Bowl is the one who is in good condition today. A lot of negative conditions. Not sure why that is. I don't know if it's the heat that we're facing or what's going on. Why we've got so many guys that are down on their luck for the race day condition. But that same thing happened to Lucas Hamilton, both in the time trial and the road race, where he had negative conditions. So considering we have high fitness, didn't expect to see so many guys down, but it is what it is. Now, this is only 50K, so let's just go ahead and do the entire race, as it is definitely a short one. And so I'm going to go ×2 right now while the break is forming. See, we've got this steady little uphill, but it's gradual. I mean, there's nothing to it. It's just because of how short the profile is. Back's finally in position. There's Hamilton. And now we're already down to, we've already covered nearly 20% of the distance of this race. Let me get these guys set. Now, Fochtendorf is obviously going to provide protection outside of Lucas Hamilton, and he's here as an Australian. Home race for him. So he'll definitely be providing protection. And I know Bax is one of our main guys. Gouillard should be one of our main guys. With resistance like that. Not today. Same with Marini. I mean, sprinter today. Case Bull. I think Case Bull's going to be his lead out guy, even though he's not as fast. Or I just go late, full sprint with Gouillard and Marini leading, backs out, and then Bull going for that little while longer prior to those two leading about. That's probably a decent plan. Definitely not Van Ginniken with his negative form. So I'll use them, but I'm planning to go short. I'm going to use their speed, and we're going to sprint from more than 2K out. We're going to try and just go max speed, and we'll see if backs can hold on. Those guys are not going to last long in their lead outs at all. Whoa, that is glitchy right there. Turn left, turn right. About face.
The lead over the pack is dwindling. The breakaway is not to everybody's liking. The peloton has significantly increased its speed.
All right, speed's already picking up. We don't need water at any point today. This little uphill, that's already 2 out of 5 times up it. There's the finish. It's a downhill finish without wind. So that is an important note. It is definitely a downhill finish. So it's going to allow us to sustain a little bit longer those sprints.
The pack is increasing its work rate. Some teams can't be happy with the breakaway.
27K. Let's speed this up for a little bit here. Already 20K. We're already 60% of the way through this stage. We just started. There's that stupid glitch point. Don't care for that. Okay. 80, not pushing it. Get these guys up to a 90. Get set. There's already a sprint train formed there.
15 kilometers remaining. Looks like a few riders at the back are beginning to stall.
Dimension data. 14K. And we only have to go uphill one more time. I think this might be a good time to form my train. 13K. Okay, so we were going to go with backs. And we're going to follow Marini, following Gouillard, following Case Bull, following Van Ginniken and Wachtendorf, and Lucas Hamilton. Use your gel and start pushing. Wachtendorf, go ahead and use your gel as well. Here comes Hamilton to lead us out. We have a split in the field. Really good timing, just 23 riders, and Lucas Hamilton's going to try to leave everybody behind. 10K to go.
The finish line is getting close. The riders just passed the 10 kilometers road sign.
They latched back on, at least for now.
The riders are closing on the
8K, here's that weird glitchy spot. That's the last time we have to go through that, luckily. Okay, 99s from here. It's already just 7.5K to go. So Hamilton got us 5K there. Wachtendorf, are you even capable of getting by him? What the heck? There you go. Oh, his gel's all used up already because Hamilton gave us such a nice lead out. 5K. Van Ginniken ready to go.
The riders just passed the 5 kilometers road sign.
I'm having to manually take off around these guys. Van Ginniken should be giving us more speed now. Lars Boom trying to take a breakaway victory on this one, but that's not happening.
Attacked by Boom.
He didn't even make it off the front because we're pushing 99. He had way too much ground to cover. All right, so we're down to 3 kilometers, and I've got 4 riders to go. Van Ginniken just blocked Bull. That sucks. 2.4. 100. No, these guys are a little tired. Dang it. Look at that Gouillard Marini fading already. It's 2K now, though, and it's 4 riders. If 4 riders cannot cover 2 kilometers at a sprint, we are in trouble. So, Bull, start your sprint.
And the final sprint is off. Who's going to be the first to the line today?
It's going to tire them out a little bit. There you go, Bull. He got us a full K. But Gouillard, Bax, Marini, all a bit tired. Now, if I go right, I could block these guys off. These guys are... It's Hofstetter. That's already their sprinter. Oh, come on, Gouillard. Where's the speed? Marini. From here, Bax can sprint too. So, triple threat. Come on, guys. Somebody. Marini's going to get over the top for a top 3. Bax. It's Marini and then Bax. That's not bad. That's not bad. Gouillard takes 6th. Casebowl 11th. Fachtendorf 15th. Van Ginneken 17th. There is Vincent Van Hemlen. Riding with Quick Step now. Was one of our top riders last season, but he wanted a massive pay increase, so we said goodbye. And he was ultimately just a classics guy. And even then, he was not our dominant classics guy. He was our support classics guy. He was mostly just a Barador, or just a really good domestique Barador type. And that's the role he served for us over and over again. So, as much as I miss him, I don't miss him, you know? But hey, a 3rd, 4th, and 6th place finish is a pretty good result. Especially with all those negative conditions that we had up and down the lineup. That certainly could have been better. We do have a race the very next day. It's a 7-stage race. First stage is a sprint. But it's going to wait. It's going to have to wait till next time. That's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. And remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe. And tune in next time on my Road to the Record. Bye for now.